Hey, fuck, why the hell am I yellow? The lighting's off. I haven't been here a week. This is a big show. And I'm going to look. Oh, whatever. Hey, how are you this morning? I'm doing fine. Doug Collins. All right, I know. Let me see what else I have here. All right, let me do this. Okay, so Congressman Collins has announced he will be a candidate for Senate here. Now, can you give me number one? Can you give me number one? There you go. Representative Doug Collins on Fox and Friends announced his run for Senate. Okay, now go to 4. The sun is coming up over the capital of Georgia. I was there yesterday. The earth, I was told last week, the earth would shake at the Capitol. I'm getting emails and text messages. It's blowing up. I will turn the phone down here so you don't have to hear it. Number 10, Wilkerson. Is it State Representative Wilkerson? Is that? He has announced he's running for 9th District. Number 7, I think it's the 6th State House, all right? Will Kevin Tanner leave the House, Georgia House, as a representative over there in Lumpkin and Dawson County and so forth? Will he leave and will he jump to the 9th Congressional District race? And if he does, who will run in that race? Holy mackerel. And then we have, I can't have any more fun. Number 6, will State Representative Matthew Gutler from the 8th District jump in to the 9th? If he does, what would that do to the 8th District run in the State House seat with Stan Gunter, his opponent? Holy mackerel, Batman. And what if this guy jumps in? Number 12, Georgia State Senator Steve Gooch. Who would run for that seat? Wow. I have more. Don't leave now, damn it. Number 8, AJC reports that Martha Zoller may run for the 9th Congressional District. She did the first time against Doug Collins when it was an open seat. She is a radio talk show host that I will be on her show Friday to discuss this run. Will she jump in? Holy mackerel, I'm not even close to being finished. Let's see what I have next. Then number 9. Will former, Chief of Staff Chris Riley, is that his name? Governor Deal's chief of staff, will he run for the 9th Congressional District? Hell, I'm nowhere near done. How about this for a showstopper? This one is it. Be careful driving to work today, folks, because hell has froze over. I'm serious. If you get out there, be careful. Let the car warm up. Watch for black ice because hell has froze over. Because number 11, Georgia grassroots political activist Debbie Dooley, wait for it, is singing out of the same hymnal, same page, same verse as, where's he at? Number 14. Georgia House Speaker David Ralston. Hell yeah. And I'm not done yet. I'm nowhere near finished. Now, I'm going to say something ugly in a minute, so you better get ready. So, they're singing out of this, hell has froze over, and they're singing the same song and the same hymnal over number 16, House Bill 757, which would end the jungle primary, okay? End the jungle primary. I was at the Capitol yesterday when it came out of committee, Okay? We're going to get into detail. I'm not done yet, man. I mean, I feel like I'm selling OxyClean. I'll get your damn clothes clean right now. Yeah, because you're about to boom your britches, right? Hell's froze over. They're on the same page over HB 757, which would end jungle primaries. So remember the last jungle primary that Republicans will probably not pry a Democrat's ass out of, that won the state Senate seat for Hunter Hill. We'll look at that later. Yes. So that would end jungle primaries. It came out of committee in rules. Will be on the House floor tomorrow for a vote. If it goes to the Senate and gets passed, the governor's already told number 14, don't send it to my damn desk. I will veto it. Wow. We're not even done yet. I think the Senate will pass it. So they're on the same page. And what would that do? That would put a matchup in a primary for number 13. Collins and the Ice Princess there. That's the Ice Princess. Hashtag Ice Princess. Hashtag Queen Kelly. And some people call her hashtag Buckhead Barbie, but that would be your Senator Kelly Loeffler. But the jungle primary ending would put them, boom, boom, together in a Republican primary for the state. I'm not done yet, folks. There's more. If you order now, I will give you everything happening in this. I'm in a damn good mood. I don't know if you picked it up. I'm in a really good mood. Let's see where I go next. Oh, we'll take a break. Because with all this together, number 17, somebody pissed in his Cheerios this morning, buddy. Whoa! Just saying. Just saying. We're going to break this down. I'm going to calm down. We're going to break it down. Go back to number 1. Congressman Doug Collins has released he will be a candidate for Senate. I have talked to... we do have a statement from Chris Tanner, Matt Gutler, Dr. Brown, Martha Zoller. I'm at liberty to say I spoke to Martha at 6 a.m. this morning. We'll leave it at that. She will be having an announcement soon. And spoke to State Senator Steve Gooch, spoke to grassroots political activist Debbie Dooley, spoke to Georgia House Speaker David Ralston, because the governor says this is sinister that Ralston's working to try to elect a Democrat. Holy mackerel, Batman. Anyhow, number 2. And number 18 for our closing this morning. Wonder what's happening in the Ice Princess's hashtag Ice Princess Kelly Loeffler's campaign this morning. I love this picture for a reason, because I'm going to tell you out of all the pictures out there, Ralston's glare at her makes my day. I love this one. All right, so we're going to take a break, and I'm going to tell you a couple things I'm going to give for any candidate, as arrogant as it sounds, okay? I'm going to give any candidate wishing to run for the 9th Congressional District the key, what I think is the key to running. Now, I understand all the hype will be Congressman Doug Collins running for Senate against the Ice Princess, Kelly Loeffler. Okay, I got it. And I also got they want witnesses. And I also got they want to trade one for another. You give me a witness. I got it. I also have that the questions are in now. I got it. It could end Saturday. I got it. We'll go over all that, all right? But right now, we're going to zero in on this one right here. Because not only am I going to talk about what I think is going to happen in the Senate race, I'm going to reach out on a limb here and make some guesses. And not only am I going to do that, I'm going to give the key to the win for what I would think if I'm a candidate in the night. Oh, hell, I'm not announcing. Back away, you animals. I'm not announcing. But if I was running for the 9th Congressional District, I'm going to give you the key to what I would say. You know what I like? I was telling Destiny this morning, and I think you should like it too. Everybody, it's not arrogant. You should like this in your own self. I love being right. Oh, I love it with a passion. And folks, I come to you and, it's like you're talking to a guy that I used to cringe when the teacher gave back papers. Hell, I'm the reason they bought red pencil in bulk when I was a student. So I got number 4 right. I love it. I don't know about you. Folks, I told you on this show, what? Friday, I said to the All-Star panel, okay, do you think Doug will run? Okay, here's my story. If I had $200 and I was in Vegas, I would push 180 in my chips, 180 Doug runs. Put 180 Doug runs. I'd save $20 for the buffet and a Coca-Cola in case I lost. I told you that. I told you Sean Hannity. Now, I will tell you this. I do know that they had to reschedule the congressman because Hannity had some other things going on. Okay? No disrespect to the congressman. So I know a lot of you said, where was I? Started getting the text messages. I watched Hannity. I got nothing. Relax. Then I got word. It moved to Fox and Friends, which, as you can see, number 1, boom, your host was ready right there. I was ready. So it moved to Fox and Friends. The second thing is, I told somebody, hey, when should I announce? 7:01. If he announces at 7, do it 7:01. Boom, they're announcing. I love being right. When we get back, I'm going to take a shot at being correct about some other things. You want to pay. This is the show to watch. I'm telling you. Eric Erickson, really? A never Trumper? Really? Get out of that Atlanta fog. Tune in to FYNTV.com because your host knows what's going on in these races. Don't you forget it. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. I tried to calm down during the break. I'm your host, B. It's politics, baby. You know, just saying, bro. Just saying. I'm just saying. There's a lot of things. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the governor or nothing. I'm just saying. All right? We're back. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can text me live on the show. You can email me what you think. You can follow us on social media. Okay, so Doug Collins, let's start all over. Now, I did not mean, I want to start with this. Number 17, the governor, okay? I want to start with this, the Governor Brian Kemp, okay? I said, first of all, I always tell the audience I like my governor because I remember the alternative, okay? We have this crazy thing of freedom of speech, freedom of, we can think on our own 2 feet. I don't like mind control, not going down that road this morning that the media uses, but I will say this. I like my governor because anytime I get upset with the governor, I think alternative thoughts. We know what that is, Stacey Abrams. So I mean no disrespect when I said somebody pissed in his Cheerios. I don't know that he has Cheerios for breakfast, so I was wrong for saying that. Maybe somebody pissed in his cornflakes. Oh, I'm bad today. Just saying, bro. Just saying. I don't know. All right? Just saying. I'm just saying, man. All right? Now, let's run down this methodically and let's get serious so you can know what's going on. First of all, let's go to number 1. If you've not heard, whatever rock you're under, Congressman Doug Collins is going to run for the Senate, okay? Now, he did that on Fox and Friends. Let's go to number 2 and then come back to number 1. All right, so he did that on Fox and Friends this morning. He was supposed to do it on Sean Hannity's show last night, but Hannity had to make some adjustments to the show and was not able to do it. So this morning, he made that announcement. Now, he did say, so you know, he did say there would be a big event coming in Georgia. So he's planning a big event to really roll out the campaign. I've already got a contact campaign email address today, all right? And he will plan a big rollout in Georgia, but he just wanted to let the people know because everybody's been asking that he's in it, okay? So done deal, he is in. Now, President Trump, and let me say something here that I do know some people I've talked to on the phone, some political people, they don't like this from me. They don't like this at all. So listen to this. They asked him on Fox and Friends if President Trump has endorsed him or will endorse him. Yes, I know President Trump went to the Jersey Shore last night. We will get there, okay? This is one you're going to want to focus on. I have to do that. I know he went to the Jersey Shore. I know Southside Johnny and the Jukes were not there. That's generational. You don't understand that. Bruce Springsteen was not there. So he did not have an opening act, and thousands in New Jersey showed up. They're coming from Staten Island. They crossed the bridge there, right there, all right, Staten Island. Moving along. I know that. I got it. I know that Bolton may testify. I know they've asked questions. They're going to keep asking questions of Adam Schiff, the House manager, okay? I know that. I know they're talking about witnesses and how the Republicans may not have enough votes to stop witnesses. I got it, all right? We'll talk about that. That's a promise. Right now in the front of the show, let me say this. So he was asked on Fox and Friends, did the president endorse you? Will he endorse you? Okay? So let's take that first. And, you know, he did not come out and put words in the congressman knows President Donald Trump better than to announce something for the president that's not ready. I'm going to look at the camera and tell you, you ready? President Donald Trump has endorsed the candidacy of Doug Collins for Senate. why you don't know that. How can you say that? You have no idea what's going on. Whoa, right here on this show. Right here on this show, this congressman, we have the tape, we could play it, said two things. Number one, I like it because he shoots straight with me when he's on the show. I said, when will you announce? I mean, are you going to announce? He said, we've got something coming maybe a little over a week. Boom! On target. I had it here. Number two, I'm talking with, I say, you know, what's going on? I'm talking with the president, others, boom, boom, boom. I got it on tape. So let me tell you what happened. This is serious, okay? This is not BS. I'm just wound up. This guy's gone in, and he's done a very good job for the President of the United States. He's not wavered. He's not come up to the cameras and said, well, in light of new evidence, or in light of anything, I've changed my mind, or I'm looking at opening up to look at this. No waiver with his support of the President of the United States. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. You need to stick here if you want to understand the 9th District. Sounds a little cocky, but if you want to, you need to stick here and what's about to happen there. So, anyhow, the President of the United States tried to encourage number 17 to pick Congressman Collins as the senator. He encouraged him. In fact, sources say, and we now have the truth, that the governor made a last-ditch attempt, flew on a Sunday, took Ice Princess Kelly with him, and went in and said, Mr. President, this is my pick. I'm for sure you're going to like her. I know she gave all of her money to Mitt Romney. I know she didn't give you a nickel. She didn't give me a nickel. We didn't get a nickel out of her. But you do understand, I want her to be our next senator. She was my best applicant. Whoa, right? Understandably, what I'm understanding, the President of the United States says, if you've made a decision, why are you here? Why did you bring her here to meet me if you've made a decision? Now, that's what's come out of that meeting, all right? Wasn't too ugly, but the governor was asked, why did you fly here today? If you're not interested that I want Doug Collins, why? So anyhow, let's go back to Doug Collins, number one. So the President of the United States endorsed him before Ice Princess, number 18, was picked, right? So did the President give him one endorsement and take it away? Get your brain cells working, okay? Now, I know Ice Princess has paid people a lot of money. Good friends of mine. I'm looking at the camera, good friends of mine. Yesterday, I had to tell a good friend, I text a good friend. It said, I love you. But we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one, okay? So Ice Princess is going all around the state and picking people, okay? Picking phony grassroots activists and paying them well to say, yay, Kelly. Now let me get back to this. So, number one, did Donald Trump, when they asked the question, I know Fox and Friends has to, when they asked the question, did the president endorse you? What the hell? The question should be, did the president pull his endorsement? I'm serious, because we know that President Trump reached out, maybe on 2 different occasions, to Governor Brian Kemp, okay, and said, this is my guy. I know it's your decision, but, you know, this is who I'm endorsing. So first of all, the question needs to be, did the president remove or pull his endorsement of this guy in the last couple months? I don't think so. And 2, he said on this show he was speaking to the president, all right? So if Doug Collins, and I don't know this, I'm speculating, I just follow it. If Congressman Doug Collins has walked into President Trump's office, the Oval Office, he said, Mr. President, I really want to run for Senate in the state of Georgia, and I would like to know how you feel. If Donald J. Trump looks across the desk and says to Congressman Collins, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't need the problems in Georgia. Don't do it. This guy would have said on Fox and Friends this morning, I've looked at it. I've talked to my family. I'm doing well representing the president and the 9th District in Congress against this coup on our presidents, and I'm going to stay there, blah, blah, blah. That would have been the statement if President Trump would have asked him to pull and not do it. So I come to you this morning and tell you, not knowing exactly if President Trump will tweet today, go Doug go, because of the announcement, whether President Trump during the campaign will acknowledge him when he comes to Georgia, publicly, I don't know. But I will tell you he's running today with the endorsement of the President of the United States. That's my take. Kelly Loeffler will she'll spend enough money and send out enough emails and have enough surrogates say it's not true. But it is. Listen to me. Okay? Telling you. He's endorsed by the President of the United States. Let's be clear. So the question should be, did the President remove his endorsement? Not will he endorse. That's my opinion. He's endorsed by the President. Second, the jungle primary. I'm going to take a brief break. I wanted to stay focused on that. Let's call that segment, is Congressman Doug. Now, he's going to run. I want to move away from this for just a minute and go to the jungle primary, because that's where the Loeffler, Senator Kelly Loeffler's surrogates, are trying to rush and bombard the Atlanta talk shows. Yeah, you shouldn't be listening to the Atlanta talk shows. I'm serious. I mean, I understand they got big dollars and big radio waves and big signals and big people like Eric Erickson. But this is where we know what's happening, okay? So the surrogates, the Eric Ericksons, the media, let me tell you something. The media, our company has not received $1. Now, I want to be clear, transparent here, okay? I don't handle the marketing. If Kelly Loeffler's campaign calls our marketing department and says she wants to run her commercial here, or she wants to have ads on our website, our marketing department will give her prices. They've chose not to, and I know why. So the big networks that are getting the big money that have Kelly Loeffler surrogates, my opinion, I can see the damn lawsuits now, all right? They're going to try to tell you this is not true. I'm telling you it is. The president has endorsed this candidate. My opinion. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV. During the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, if you would like to text me, right there you go. You can text me, tell me what you think. Email me, okay? And there's all the social media ways. Now, at 9:15, we have tax tips with Beth Bennett. It's that time of year. We do a 15-minute segment with Beth. It's great information about, you can send me a question on that. I could try to get it to her on tax tips with Beth Bennett. So, and then at 9:30, we come back and we're going to wrap up. Just so you know how I'm going to run the show today, we're going to wrap up from 9:30 to 10. We're going to wrap up with national impeachment, okay, for those of you that are waiting on that. Now, all right, I want to explain something. Okay, first of all, let's go to 13. Now, Congressman Doug Collins, the 9th Congressional District representative, has decided he is going to run for office. And this puts him would put him up against Kelly Loeffler, number 13. She's used it already today. We've used it a couple times, so we all right, maybe you should text her or tell her where you put them, because she's already used 14 and she's already used the others. So maybe she didn't pull them in, but she's already used 18 and she has used 13. So maybe you might find out from her where she put them. Sam had to step in here as Destiny went away, so no problem. So we'll go with number 1, all right? And number 1, Doug Collins, has announced he will be running against the Ice Princess number 18, and what we want to do here is just say this, okay? It's not a head-to-head. I want to go there for a reason. It is not a head-to-head matchup, okay? What it is, and Congressman Collins has released a statement. I told you this morning, all hell has froze over. It's broke loose at the Capitol. It's froze over. Because some of you out there are talking about political grassroots activist Debbie Dooley, number 11, talking about her, okay, and number 14, Georgia House of Representatives leadership, David Ross. Take us to break. All right, sorry folks, we had to take just a minute and hunt down some of the pictures where they were put in the program this morning. Not a big deal. I apologize for that, and they just had to get them reset. So, you know, I love this staff. This staff is amazing. They do great work, And actually, I watch the big networks, and our staff does much better work than the big networks 7 days a week on so many different things. You try to come in here and keep up with what I want to do. So let's roll back where we're at. Let's start a new recording just for the heck of it, because I want to do this. All right, so what I'm getting at is number 13, okay? These two, and all jokes aside, this is Senator. We're going to be serious for a little bit, okay? Because I want to lay this out. This is Senator Kelly Loeffler, okay? She was picked by Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia. Cool. This is Congressman Doug Collins. I want to dispel misinformation today. They are not running against each other. I get more emails, what is a jungle primary? I get more text messages, how does this work? Okay? So we're going to condense it down, but they are not actually running against each other per se in a primary. Now, what we're used to in the state of Georgia, and most of you are used to, is a Republican primary, right? Which they're having now Democrat primaries for president, okay? A Republican primary where candidates run on the Republican ticket, all right? Candidates run on the Republican ticket to do what? Get the nomination of their party. Now, stay with me because this is important. They run to get the nomination of their party. When a candidate wins in a general primary, with it being a party primary, that's when the party endorses the candidate and starts to work for their reelection. Now, most of the time, what you will hear in the Republican Party, so I just want to stay clear because this is going to be a lot of misinformation. What the Republican Party is supposed to do is get their candidates elected, period, okay? So, in a jungle primary, you can go back, do the research, what was there, 17 candidates in the original jungle primary in Georgia when Tom Price was picked as HHS secretary and there was special election? Was there 9 Democrats and 11 Republicans, whatever? There was no incumbent. Nobody. So what happened? The Republican Party could not really endorse a candidate and work to get them elected. Really, they shouldn't have, because there was no clear candidate for the party. People get confused. It's a party. Then when Karen Handel became the actual Republican candidate against, John Ossoff, it was different. So the Republican Party was in a tight spot during that jungle primary because Karen Handel wasn't an incumbent, okay? How many others on that list of Republicans, which I forget some of the names, nobody was an incumbent because the Republican Party was getting a lot of grief. You can't go and endorse a candidate. Stay with me. Now, fast forward to this jungle primary. All right? She is a Republican Party senator. When Brian Kemp named her senator, he also named her the Republican Party senator. So will the Georgia Republican Party, although it's a Georgia jungle primary, although it's an open, truly open seat, but not, will the Republican Party of Georgia coalesce and run in behind Kelly Loeffler? It's simply explained. All right, I'm getting there. Handel, Ossoff, no Republican incumbent. Got it? Boom. Maybe Karen was defending the seat. I don't remember. This one's going to be different for a reason. Somebody's out there saying, yeah, you got this wrong and that. I don't give a... You got to pay attention where I'm really going with this. Kelly is going to be the Republican Party candidate no matter what the primary is named. And there's going to be 3 Democrats. That makes it about 5 in the race. There'll probably be 7 or 8. So what House Speaker David Ralston, so this is where I say all hell is froze over. Number 4, the earth has shattered at the Capitol. It's shaking like you would not believe this morning. Because number 15, Congressman Doug Collins, was on the floor yesterday as the guest chaplain. I was there. And number 11, Debbie Dooley, grassroots activist. And number 14, number 11 first, Debbie Dooley, grassroots activist. And number 14, House Speaker David Ralston, are speaking and singing from the same hymnal, same page and verse, over number 16, HB 757. All right? They both agree on this. Now, Ralston has been said he's doing something sinister to try to hurt the Republican Party and get a Democrat. It is flying out there. First of all, don't listen to Eric Erickson. He's a never-Trumper, okay? It is flying with the AJC. It is flying that how could Ralston and Dooley be on the same page on this? And I'll tell you why. What this would do is end jungle primaries. Keep something in mind. Although it's a state, although it is a state office and this is a federal office, Karen Handel was appointed by then Sonny Perdue, was it? I don't know. Karen Handel was appointed to be Secretary of State. Appointed. Then she had to run in a primary and defend herself in a primary to win Secretary of State. My understanding, you look it up. Governor Brian Kemp, number 17. Okay. Governor Brian Kemp, number 17, was appointed, okay, to Secretary of State. Appointed to Secretary of State. He then had to run in a primary to defend the office of Secretary of State, but he was appointed. Look at Hunter Hill. Hunter Hill resigned his Senate seat that until he resigned it had been maintained as, I don't know how many years, had been in the hands of Republicans. State Senate seat, Hunter Hill. He retired that seat so he could run for governor. When he did, Georgia held a jungle primary for the state Senate seat that Jordan Hill or Hunter Hill held. Okay? Guess what? Through the jungle primary system, the Republicans lost a seat. The seat was won by a Democrat, and you're not going to pry the Democrat's ass out of that seat for a while now. Jungle primary. All right? So what HB 757, number 16, asks for? Now, you need to understand this bill originates from the Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger's office, my understanding, okay? And this would change jungle primaries and a couple other things in the election as far as qualifying, but this would change it to the fact that now you would have a Republican primary, a Democrat primary, and then they would run in the general election in November, okay? That's what you would have. That's all we are asking for as voters in Georgia. So, number 17, Governor Kemp, for somebody that was appointed to an office himself, for somebody that at that time would probably be out saying, don't take the choice of candidates away from voters. I'm for sure that you're not trying to dictate to us that because you made a decision to pick Kelly Loeffler as Senate, we, the people of Georgia, have to accept and lock step and walk behind you and not get our chance at a choice. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Governor. I always know the alternative I had, okay? But don't take Georgians' vote away and the right to choose their candidate, vote for their candidate, and put their candidate in office. Look at Georgia state history. If memory serves me right, Jimmy Carter, as governor of Georgia, appointed somebody to fill the seat for Senate. If memory serves me right. When it came back around time, somebody else ran and won and defeated Jimmy Carter's choice at that time, Governor Jimmy Carter's choice for Senate. Look, do your history today. Jimmy Carter did not come out publicly as governor of Georgia and badmouth the people of Georgia for wanting somebody else. Governor Kemp, I don't think you should come out and more or less directly, as the words you say, badmouth us for wanting a choice. So that's all HB 757. I'm going to wrap it up. We'll put into place is ends jungle primary and number, all the Republicans that want to, but number 13. Then you would truly have a primary, a party primary. Will the Republican Party get behind Kelly? What will happen? People are talking about the Republican. Let me say this as bold as can be. I'm going to take a break. If you're out there today saying that Congressman Doug Collins has ripped the Republican Party to shreds and in Georgia, you are wrong. Governor Brian Kemp, go to number 18. Governor Brian Kemp has done that. He's responsible for that. Don't forget. Do you like Kelly Loeffler? I'm talking to myself. I don't know her. Georgia doesn't know her. You can't buy enough ads to know this woman and say, and you got somebody running in her office saying, oh, we need to tweet we don't like Mitt Romney. That'll be big. Okay. We need to cut a commercial and say we support the president and we don't like Mitt Romney. Okay. So Governor Kemp did that because don't forget, Governor Kemp led every citizen, eligible citizen in Georgia to believe if you sent your resume, you would have an opportunity to be the next senator. That's what he did. And then he said, oh, the window, she said the window is closing, right? And it got right here, and she slid her resume in, I think maybe the last one that went in, okay? And next thing you know, I just want to ask her excitement level when the governor called her and told her she was a candidate after she submitted her resume. You believe that? I got some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you. Governor Brian Kemp has separated the Republican Party in Georgia, not Congressman Doug Collins. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV during the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. During the break, I had to go and I don't want to put this on recording. I have to be careful because if I say things on recording, they could come back to haunt me. But between the break, I had to go and tell people surrounding the show that, hey, I know I'm all worked up, but just bear with me. You don't know what it's like around here. These people, they like... You never know. I may be, boom. They may just have enough of me one day. I put up with you long enough, damn it. Anyhow, no, I keep talking to the staff because I am worked up, all right? And I keep saying to them, don't misunderstand. I'm worked up because this is DEFCON 1. Now, I think we go from DEFCON 5 to 1. Collins has turned politics in the state of Georgia this morning at 7 o'clock on Fox and Friends. He went to DEFCON 1. So I am worked up. I'm a little worked up. I've had to text the staff. I actually put out a note to members, many in the staff here, that today I may be a little over the top. Just bear with me, okay? So if I could see through the glass, I would love to see that expression on Sam's face when I say some days I'm over the top. She's like, you're not around here all the time. We got more than some days. Anyhow, back to you. Let's talk about the 9th Congressional District in Georgia and what will happen there. This lays a wide open. It will be. I have not heard from any Democrats if they plan to run. But this will be a wide open 9th district. So now let's go here. Number 5, if you listen to the AJC, they tell you that possibly Dr. Paul Brown. I'm at liberty to say I spoke with Dr. Brown at 6:30, somewhere in that hour. I spoke with Dr. Brown this morning. And I said, do you have an announcement to make? And he said, not at this time. Okay? He asked me a couple questions, and I said, are you going to announce or not? And he said, not at this time. So I suspect, that's me, want to be clear, that he may run in the 9th Congressional District. This morning, when I asked, do you have an announcement to make? He said, not at this time. All right. Second, Matt Gertler, number 6. He is the representative in the 8th District, State House 8th, Matt Gertler. He is running, and I don't have his picture up, against a guy up there, Stan Gunter, okay? And he is currently running for his 3rd term in the Georgia 8th District, State House 8. I spoke to him yesterday. He said it was something not to consider. I don't want to say consider. I'm cautious because I don't do these guys wrong, these ladies and guys wrong. He had something to consider. He had to look at it. But he is in a race, and he tells our reporter this morning emphatically no. Okay, so right now what we have is an emphatically no, he won't be getting into the race. Let's go to number 7, Kevin Tanner, okay? And I'm going to say Georgia State House 6. We are 7, 8. I think he is 6. Anyhow, he is the representative for Georgia State House. I might be 6, might be 5. What the hell? But I spoke with State Rep Tanner yesterday at the Capitol. A lot of speculation around him, and he told me candidly, I get it. There's something to think about here and consider, but I'm going to go home. I got to talk to my wife. I got to talk to my kids, and it's just not something we're ready to make any kind of comment at this time. So we don't know if his district is open yet. We don't know. We don't know if he's going to run, but his name is spinning around as a possible candidate. Let's go to number 8, okay? I'm at liberty to say that I spoke to Martha at 6 a.m. this morning. I'm also at liberty to say that I understand she'll be making an announcement tomorrow on Thursday. She will be making an announcement. Now, she ran against Doug Collins, all right? She ran against Doug Collins when it was an open seat. Georgia in the last redistricting got an additional congressional seat, which was the 14th, okay? That moved the 9th District over into the Gainesville area, and she ran in the open seat. It was the first run for her, first run for Roger Fitzpatrick, Hunter Bicknell, there were several names in it. First run for Congressman Doug Collins. I moderated the runoff debate between Martha Zoller and Congressman Doug Collins. Anyhow, she is back on the radio. She has worked for Governor Deal. She ran for Congress, worked for Governor Deal, worked for Senator Perdue, worked for Brian Kemp, and has been appointed to Brian Kemp to the state school board or something. But anyhow, she will make an announcement tomorrow on whether she will seek the 9th Congressional District. I will say, not knowing, she won't. I just won't. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think she will. Because I have I'm going to tell all candidates my thought on how you win that race. There's a lot of issues out there, pro-Trump, pro this and that, but I'll explain. I can't speak to her relationship with Congressman Doug Collins, but I don't think she can run the campaign in the 9th District she needs to run to win. So we'll see about her announcement tomorrow. Now let's go to State Rep Wilkerson, number 10, who has already announced he is running. That's Wilkerson. He's already announced. You can find his announcement on our website here soon. It'll be up. Let's go to number 12, State Senator Steve Gooch. Now, State Senator Steve Gooch said to me, quote, I'm going to say this nicely, out of all due respect, but he said if he went home and told his wife he was running for Congress, she'd divorce him. He said no, emphatically no. So if he changes because his name is in a circle speculating, he told me no. He told me no on a recording, so we will see what he does. But I feel he will not run. And we'll just throw one more out here. I asked number 14. I had to do it yesterday. It's on the press conference. House Speaker David Ralston, number 14. is in the 7th District. He is a representative of the 7th District. And if you watch the press conference, I said, Mr. Speaker, I just got to ask, you're in the 7th District, House District. You're in the 7th House District of Georgia, which is in the 9th Congressional District. Are you interested? And you will hear him emphatically say, no, absolutely not. So I had to ask anyway. Number 9, Chris Riley. Okay? Chris Riley, former chief of staff to Governor Nathan Deal, have sights on maybe. Now, he says he's going to see who all gets into the race, is my understanding through some articles, before he makes his announcement. So that's several in the 9th Congressional District. Okay? We will be on top of it at fetchernews.com, fyntv.com. Okay? We will be right on top of it. Now, I'm going to take a break. All right? And when I come back, after Tax Tips with Beth Bennett, let's stay direct. After Tax Tips with Beth Bennett, you want to be here because I'm going to tell you what I think is what these candidates should do to maybe win the 9th District. You don't want to miss this. I'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and we are North Georgia's only live online morning show, and it's time for H&R Block. Tax Tips with Beth Bennett, and that would be you.
That's me.
That's you. How are you today, Beth?
I'm great. How are you?
We have it on the bottom of the screen. Beth Bennett, Tax Tips.
I like it. I'll be.
So that's what they're expecting.
Tax tips.
Yes.
So we don't get to just go back and forth. We have to stick to the topics.
I would ask you how you're doing, and we do want to know, but I know right now with your 85 offices or whatever you have now, how many is there?
Just 8.
8. Oh,
Just
I put a
8.
5 on there.
Just 8.
Well, that's a chore in itself. That's busy.
It definitely keeps us busy.
This time of year. So I'd ask you how you're doing, but I know you're working probably every day. And last time we were together, we just went over some general things about filing. Today, you specifically want to, our tax tip of the day, you want to talk about children and tax credits. You want to go, that's your topic for the day. Am I correct?
That'll be the topic for today. We're going to talk about the different credits you still receive for dependents.
Well, let's go.
All right, let's go.
What are we waiting for?
I was waiting on you. All right, so the child tax credit is one of the most beneficial credits you can get for claiming a child on your tax return. You can get up to $2,000. That's the maximum credit. And that's a really cool credit because it's at the bottom line. So you get all the way to the very end of your tax return, and it says you owe $5,000 in taxes. That's what mine looks like. You get the $2,000 credit there at the bottom. So it's a dollar for dollar, where most of them are like percentages because you're reducing your taxable income, so it's just percentages. But this is dollar for dollar. You get the whole $2,000.
Let me see if I get it.
Okay.
Because if I get it, that means they get it out there.
Right. I try to keep it simple.
Thanks. I don't know what you really just said, but no, let me see if I get it, because we will hear things like taxable income, deduction, okay, before earnings. We'll hear all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But this is actually, once you're done and the government says you owe X, this is dollar for dollar. If you owe $200 and you have one credit, you owe nothing.
You get $1,800 back.
Oh, that's $2,000.
Yeah, it's a $2,000 credit per kid. Based on income, there are some phase outs and stuff. But the other side, like just
but
say
it's dollar for dollar.
Dollar for dollar. If you were getting a $300 refund, now you get $2,000 added to that if you claim that child tax credit and you qualify based on all the stuff. And one of the really crummy things about it is the kids come off at 17. I don't know about you, but I think that was the year my kids were most expensive. You know, you got all that senior stuff going on. You got prom, you've got graduation, you got letter jackets, all right. That's the most expensive year. You should get like a triple credit that year. To anybody who's listening that can change that.
I didn't want to interrupt because you're right. I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
okay, this is when they're asking for their car. This is when they say they want to take a senior trip. This is when, and you tell me. Okay, explain to me how that works. I agree with you, but it's only till you're 17.
No, not technically. So the last year you get to claim a child on your tax return for the child tax credit. Is the year they turn 17, they come off of it. So if they turn 17 on January 1st or December 31st, it doesn't matter. The year that they turn 17, you don't get the child tax credit. So really the last year is their 16th, the year of their 16th birthday. So 17, I'm like, God, that's the most expensive year. Somebody fix that, because that's when people need the most extra cash in their pockets. But, so that's probably the hardest one about it. But the phase outs, when Trump made his tax cuts and tax changes a couple years ago, 2 years ago, that was probably the biggest gift he gave to parents, was that phase out in income. If you were married filing joint, if you made $110,000, then you made too much and you didn't get the child tax credit. They now raised that to $400,000 for married filing joint. So, pretty much everybody. That really brought a lot of people in that now started getting a
So you used to get that $2,000, and it was at how much? You capped out at $110,000?
If you're married filing joint, it was $110,000.
All right, now it's up to
$400,000. So it practically tripled your income phase out. So that was a huge gift that Trump did.
Well, I want to say this, okay, because too many people get out there and they start their opinion on different levels of income. But if you put $200,000 together and you have a modest home and you're middle class, and you're making $200, I know what I can feel it through the screen like, wow, that's nice. But still, kids are expensive.
Very expensive.
Okay, so I think 110, until you look at, $125 for registration and
it's very low. $110,000.
Billy wants to play a tuba, and you're like, oh, I said I would support this kid.
I told Crystal that was more than my first car. Her trombone was more than my first car.
You told Crystal that?
Yes, and she wanted to play that
Crystal,
thing in school.
I did not bring you into the conversation, correct? You got it? Good.
They're expensive, though, yes.
Kids.
My point is they're like
all
really.
right, so what I'm saying is 110 sounds like a lot, but in a way it's not.
No, it's not. Not when you look at how much things cost today.
Okay, so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call it prorating human life. If a baby is born December 31st, is it a $2,000 tax credit?
Yep.
Whether it's born January 1st or December 31st?
Correct.
Cool. So you don't have to prorate your... you can...
Nope, if you can claim it, you can claim it.
Plan accordingly. That would be a really, take your wife out to dinner. Honey, I've been thinking. I would like to have another child.
That might be a whole nother show. So,
all right. I'm just saying.
On.
But now, here's the calendar. If we, I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Let's talk about the kids that, phased out of the child tax credit.
Okay.
So now I'm 17, so I don't get the child tax credit. Another one of the changes that was put in with the tax law changes 2 years ago was a dependent credit. So other dependents. So if your child turned 17 that year, you now get a $500 credit. You got to meet the the qualifications. They got to live with you. They got to. Well, if it's your child, they only have to live with you for more than 6 months. But you can claim someone else. You could have a friend living with you, one of your kids' friends living with you, and if they lived with you all year and you supported them and you're paying all the household bills and such, you can claim them as a dependent and get that $500 credit. So that was a give back again, so we took away here, but we gave something back.
Right.
So that was a nice change. The same phase outs count, the income, you got to still fall in those income phase outs, and, got to be a U.S. citizen, got to live with you X amount of time. Every credit has all those stipulate. They're never just going to give you a full on credit and not give you, well, if this and but that. And there's so many of that in the tax code. There's so many exceptions or workarounds or rules, and it makes it complicated. That's why we do what we do, because those people just study those and they know them inside and out. And you might miss one because you didn't know, oh, well, because they did live with me all year, even though they're not blood, I can still claim them and get $500. So, nice credit. Nothing on that one?
No, I don't want to interrupt. I know you.
Okay.
No, I wasn't going to.
All right.
Earlier I brought up the December 31st, and I got my part in. I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah. So if you don't have a taxable income and don't qualify for the child tax credit, you might qualify for the additional child tax credit, which is again for people who's don't get the full amount of the child tax credit or don't get any of the child tax credit. Additional child tax credit, they can get up to $1,400 per child. So another gift, another give back that, was excluding some people that maybe they didn't intend to, and so they came back in and gave us that one. So that's a nice, again, bottom line, dollar for dollar. So another really good credit. The other credit you can get for having your dependents is your child care. That's still tax deductible. Don't like the stipulations around that, but I don't get to make the rules. We just got to follow them. You can claim up to $3,000 a year per child, up to 2 kids. So if you have more than 2 kids and you pay daycare or Boys and Girls Club or the rec department or a nanny, whoever watches your kids, you only get to claim credit up to $6,000 for 2 kids. And I think that's kind of wrong, because I don't know if you've paid child care, but it's outrageous. I mean, $3,000 is like half the year, maybe not even that. And
there's
so
a lot of talk.
Like
there's a lot of talk about that, and I don't want to use this segment, but there's some discussion that a new tax plan or changes in the tax plan, which would not be effective this year. Mm-hmm. That's something that also That's something that happens also is sometimes things come out or get talked about on national TV, and people come to you and say, well, I thought this was in place, and no, that takes effect this year or that year. Mm-hmm. But when we get to the child care tax credit, I do know there's some things in the works that will be introduced soon, but we better not go there. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. She's been working really hard on getting a lot of that family stuff and making it easier for parents to work and make a living. And that's a big thing. I mean, a lot of people, daycare is more than their house payments.
Well,
rent,
let me say.
So how do you work and pay your bills?
It's generational, and it's not offensive. It's not offensive. It's a reality of what I live through. We have changed. We respect the stay-at-home mom.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a gift not everybody's able to do.
Right, but that has changed in our society.
Dramatically, yes.
And that's why, in 1970 you address X, in 80 you address X. Today in 2020, this has to be addressed because that's who we are as a nation, that's who we are as people, and we...
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you. Yeah, it is something that needs to be addressed, and there needs to be a better solution. Again, it's a credit and something they are giving you back at tax time, but it could be significantly improved to help. Like I said, for some people, I don't know how some people make it. Just think, if you work at Ingalls, how are you paying daycare? I don't know. I mean,
no, I understand all too well.
Outside solutions that aren't always the best scenario. So I would love to see that changed. But, the big thing with claiming your child care, you do have to be able to put on the return the name, address, and social or employer identification number of who gave that child care.
So if you're personally paying somebody to come to your house every day, you're personally paying a nanny, or...
So that gets into...
Is
muddy
that child
waters.
Care?
Well, you could be considered a home employer. Like if you had a cleaning lady come. So It depends. So that one there's a little stickier, like the whole nanny thing. A babysitter, if you got a high school girl that comes and babysits, you're not going to be able to claim her probably.
Right.
She picks your kids up from school, but like after school program, Boys and Girls Club, any daycares, those you can totally claim.
Blank daycare that you drop your children off in the morning will have their name, their employer ID, and address, and you have to put that in.
Correct.
Okay.
Now you might have an in-home daycare, a stay-at-home mom who's making extra money and willing to claim that on her taxes, and you can totally claim that. She's self-employed and run her own little business in home, and you can use that.
All right, wait a minute.
But grandma might not want you to put her social on there.
Well, wait a minute. You know me well enough that I try not to get in trouble, but it's hard. I think there needs to be a grandma tax credit, period. All right, I said it.
Grandma should get to watch her kids and you pay her and not have to claim it?
And grandma should get it. No, grandma should get an award for babysitting some of these kids.
I don't babysit my grandkids.
I don't want to.
I don't want to be the parent.
I didn't say that. I just said I want a grandma tax credit. Let's move along.
You know people that can make that happen.
Exactly.
Talk to them.
Anyhow.
I
want to make sure. What do we have left that you want to make sure?
That's it.
Okay. Let me say this. You want to talk to somebody when it's tax season. There's a couple things. One, it's your money. Two, it's your money they want to return to you. The government's not sending you somebody else's. It's your money that you want returned. It's your money that you've paid in, and you deserve to sit down with somebody that has the knowledge and knows how to prepare your tax return to where you get the maximum refund that you have coming. That would be this lady here and her staff, H&R Block, Beth Bennett, Tax Tips. They know what they're talking about. They will work with you, and they will also help you as they look at your information, plan for next year. So that way, a lot of times you sit down with people and they say, I wish I would have known that. That's something you hear. I wish I would have known that. Well, they are the people here that will work with you as they look at your records and say,
yes,
we need to start working on this for next year.
right? We'll prep you. Hey, Johnny's
Right.
turning 17 next year, so you're going to lose this $2,000. Let's adjust your W-4 to make sure you have enough taxes withheld so you're not in the hole.
And we did not tell you to kick John out of the house because you no longer have a tax credit. That's up to you.
Yeah, we have to $500.
All right, yeah, don't want. So anyhow, how do they get in touch with you?
They can reach us at hrblock.com. They can find us in 2 locations in LJ. We've got Chatsworth, Cleveland, Cornelia, Hartwell, Commerce, Jefferson. Did I miss any?
I don't know. That was a test. Now, let me say this also. I don't care to put you on the spot, but it's tax season. If you have a schedule, if your job schedules you to where you cannot get to them in the hours that they operate, call them, right? Call.
We will make sure we accommodate you.
There you go. You can't ask for any more than that. Tax Tips with Beth Bennett, your H&R rep. You need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing. And I'm going to actually say I endorse you. I've never endorsed. I've always wanted to.
I'm so honored.
Well, I wanted to. I never get to endorse. And
I like it. Thank
you like it?
Thank you.
Hey,
we're going to start putting that on my window.
BKP
endorsed.
Endorsed by. There you go. We're going to take a brief break. We'll be back to wrap up this morning show.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV during the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
And we're back. And we're back. Like a broken record. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show, 9:35 in the morning. And if you would like to text me throughout the day, tell me what you think of the show. Tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong. If loving this is wrong, I don't want to be right. That's politics, baby. Chief at FetcherNews.com, LJ Georgia 935. There's all the social media ways to follow the show. Now, I'm going to wrap up. Going to have a pretty serious wrap up here, because here's what I want to say. Oh, I got a couple text messages. Let me check the text messages here. Okay, so anyhow, what is this? All right, so 9th Congressional District of Georgia. Yesterday, number 4, I went down, just to recap if you just joined us, I went down to the capital of Georgia because I understood that I understood that representative, that's the capital of Georgia in Atlanta, number 15, Congressman Doug Collins, would be the chaplain of the day on the floor. Now, he gave a nice little sermon. Congressman Doug Collins is a minister, former senior pastor over at Chickpea Baptist Church, and actually a colonel. I think he's a colonel in the Guard. He served a couple tours of duty in Iraq, I think. I will say Iraq as a chaplain, moving right along. So you got to remember, Congressman Collins comes from the House. Now I'm going to do this from memory, okay? Congressman Collins talks about, I've heard him in the past talk about the closet that he had to use for an office when he backed Speaker Ralston for the first time to be Speaker. When Ralston ran the first time, I forget who was Speaker, David Ralston from Georgia, Republican, 7th District, ran as Speaker, lost the first time, but he had floor support from then Representative over in Gainesville, Doug Collins. Well, he lost, which, put Collins basically in a closet that he had to work out of, the mop closet, broom closet over there. So Congressman Collins and Congressman Doug Collins and Georgia State Speaker of the House, David Ralston, are friends. And yesterday the Speaker, let's go with number 14, said afterwards he would never apologize for saying he's friends with Congressman Collins. But nothing was sinister, nothing was set up, and nothing is to go against the governor. Now, I'm going to say I'm throwing my personal point in here. I don't think Georgia House Speaker David Ralston, he may have the power and authority to bring bills to the floor of the House of Georgia, but I don't think he has that kind of, hey, Doug, run because I'm mad at the governor. Hey, Doug, run because I'm not happy with the budget. Hey, I don't think he has that, and I don't think Doug Collins is participating in some kind of sinister plot with David Ralston, the Speaker of the House of Georgia, and the governor, Brian Kemp. I don't see it. So yesterday he says, I'm never going to apologize for this guy being my friend. So he got invited, and he was the guest chaplain. Now, Congressman Collins did not come in to great fanfare. As you well know, I was set up yesterday, and I was jokingly saying with the elevators, I'm on, Collins watch. He was in the building. I knew when he came in, the state capitol, I was told. He did not come in and just flaunt to the governor, I'm in the Capitol. He didn't do that. He came to the well of the floor like he was asked, and he got up and he gave a mini sermon like I expected him to do. He said a prayer over the House proceedings for the day and the state of Georgia. Thank you, Sam. And when he got done, he went out, and now all the reporters are standing there. I mean, Greg Bluestein, AJC, CBS, you name it. They're standing there because they're going to get. He comes out and he mad dashes past every one of us and no comment, and boom. So he didn't make a comment yesterday there, and he left. Now, all that being said, now he has made the announcement on number one, okay, that he will be running for Senate. Now, let me back up to the last time that Georgia had an open seat in the 9th. And Sam, could you do me a favor? I did not send you a picture, but the name is Congressman Tom Graves. Can you Google Congressman Tom Graves and just give me a thumbs up or in my ear when you have a picture? So the last time there was an open House seat, Georgia House seat in the 9th, okay. Number 8, Martha Zoller. And number 1, Doug Collins. So number 8, Martha Zoller, right there. And number 1, Doug Collins, ran against each other, all right, for that open seat. Open seat. I moderated the runoff debate between the two candidates. I was here, then State Representative Doug Collins and Martha Zoller, talk show radio host, and I moderated the final debate in the runoff. Now, I will tell you today, if you go back and look, Martha won the majority of the vote in the primary. I think she got more vote. I think she received more votes than Doug Collins in the primary, but not enough to, they had to be a runoff. And if I'm advising out there, and I say it like this, when it came to the runoff, I will tell you that Martha, I think, lost the election because she didn't have enough money to finish the race. Now, that being said, I'm not saying anything negative about Doug Collins today, but I know that race, I'm going to say better, okay? I know that race in the 9th Congressional District as well as, or if not better, than anybody else out there. So Congressman Collins had the money to push those last mailers in a week before the election. Martha Zoller did not. Congressman Collins had the money to say, we are the 9th. Okay, they came up with a campaign, we are the 9th. And during the runoff, he had enough money to sell that to the voters. That's my opinion. We're talking politics now. All right? Where Martha did not. So he won. But put up a picture of Tom Graves, because this is what everybody should be listening to if you want to run for office in the 9th District. When they split and made the new 14th District and Congressman Graves moved over to the 14th, which is Walker County, Murray County, Whitfield County, Gordon County, all right, so on and on, all right, all the way over to Paulding or whatever. But when they moved the 14th, the new district, they moved Tom Graves. Now, he has retired. So he's retired, he's not running, and we could talk about the 14th district and the candidates over there. But when he ran the first time, it was for the 9th district, the old 9th district, but the 9th district. All right? And he was, at that time, no longer, trust me, he was the Tea Party darling. The Tea Party 2010, was it 10, whisked this guy right into office. Why, he was the Tea Party darling, and they sent him to D.C., and the first term up there in 2 years, the 9th district loved their congressman. Why, they felt they knew Congressman Tom Graves. So, when they split and moved the 14th over, Graves went over to the 14th. There was enough of the old 9th district, stay with me on this history lesson, there was enough of the old 9th district that moved into the new 9th, because it grew all the way out to Banks County and went to the Gainesville way. But you have Gilmer and you have Fannin and you have, Lumpkin. There's a lot of the old 9th to where what? The candidates had to run around and campaign, and you would hear, no, I like Tom Graves. No, I like Tom Graves. Now, these are the candidates in the 9th district, the new 9th district. Open seat. Tom Graves is over in the 14th district now, and people in the 9th district, they were upset. They lost their congressman. At this time, he's a Tea Party darling. I knew Congressman Tom Graves very well at that time. I was upset that he was moving. So what did the candidates do? They went on the I like Tom Graves. And I'm not joking. I would go to Republican Party meetings in the 9th district, and these candidates would show up and say, I prayed with Tom Graves just last week. I'm not going to name names, but I'm not joking. I used to go to Bible study with Tom Graves. Well, Tom Graves and my son, his son, and my son were on a swim team together. It didn't matter. I stopped by the other day and went to dinner at Cracker Barrel, and Tom was there, and we played a game of checkers. Now, I know at times like this you say, I can hear the screen, why are you so silly? Because I was there. I'm not joking. I got so tired. I would walk into Republican Party meetings, and I would say to people, again, that I can't mention their name, I would say, well, you want to make a friendly wager on who says Tom Graves first? All right? Why, I used to study Bible with Tom. Well, Tom and I, we cut grass together. On and on. And that is, you can actually go. Excuse me, folks. You can actually go to the debate that I moderated during the runoff between number 8, okay, Martha Zoller, and number 1, Doug Collins. And I won't take the time to repeat it this morning, but listen to the question I asked. Because I asked back then, 7 years ago, I haven't changed a bit. I asked 7 years ago, I said, hey, all the candidates in this race, have all wanted to convince the voters they were closer friends with Tom Graves. They know Tom Graves. They will be more like Tom Graves than anybody else. You ought to hear the answer I got. Now, leave number 1 up there for a reason. If you're running for the 9th District of Georgia, you're talking about a congressman that has national support, Congressman Doug Collins. Don't worry about the $20 million wall that Kelly, Ice Princess, hashtag Ice Princess, hashtag Queen Kelly, our Senator Kelly Loeffler has. Don't worry about that. She built a wall with $20 million. Don't you love immediately when she was named, her people suggested to her to throw out and try to scare Collins and others and scare the voters of Georgia? I've got to build a $20 million wall. I got 20. I'm pushing in 20 on this race. Don't dare try me. The arrogance in that alone, okay? How about I welcome candidates. It's America, and let's let the voters decide in November. And what I plan to do is earn your vote. How about that? Who's written that? So if you see that written for her, let me know so I can tell my attorney, because all these damn candidates steal my stuff. Anyhow, don't worry about the $20 million that she put up to run against Collins. Collins has national grassroots support. National. The money's going to pour in for this guy. So anyhow, everybody gets this confused with some sort of endorsement. I just follow the 9th District. The 9th District is A, the third most Republican district in the United States. B, they support their damn president, probably 80-20. C, this guy has done everything to support his president. Everything. All right? Now, fiscally, he has voted for some omnibus bills. But I'm going to say there's 435 in the House, 100 over at the Senate. There's 535 members of Congress. And I'm not going to place the national debt, the votes for the omnibus bill, and the fact that the bill should come out of appropriations and be voted on individually on the shoulders of this one congressperson. Man, I'm not going to do it. That being said, he's well liked in the 9th. The 9th District loves their president. Third most Republican party. So the candidate, this is why I said, number 8, I do not think Martha Zoller will run, okay? Because when she ran the first time, she was able to go around and say, hey, I like Tom Graves. I know Tom Graves. I'm the Tea Party favorite. I'm the one that's outside. I'm the outsider. You should send me because you wanted Graves and you'll love Martha. I get it. But Martha will not be able to run a campaign in the 9th, is my opinion, number 1, and say, trade Doug Collins for me. Now, that's my end all there. No matter what you think, if you understand that this is not a candidate that's running for election in the 9th District, this is a trade Doug Collins for me. I want to replace Doug Collins. Like him, dislike him, I don't care. If you don't go out there and tell people, you know, you like to pray with Collins, you like to Bible study with Collins, you agree with Collins on Trump, whatever, ain't gonna work. Don't forget it. Now, HB 757 should go to the House tomorrow, floor for a full vote, move over to the Senate. I will keep an eye. Let me come back here really quick. Just put I don't have anything else. You can put number 2 up there for Collins, and we'll keep that up as we're talking. Let me close this. I got 8 minutes. Yes, Republicans finished yesterday and eviscerated the Democrats' claim of articles of impeachment and why the president should be removed. I did not do that this morning because I wanted to stay closer to Georgia, and we knew the outcome. Now, I did not know Pat Cipollone and what he would do. I now have a lot of respect for him. I did not really know him. I didn't know what Alan Dershowitz would do. I didn't know what Ken Starr would do. I didn't know what any of these would do as far as laying out. So I think on the Republican side, not the Democrat, I think if you have if you like to study, because I like to study, okay? I love to study. And Adam Schiff and the Democrats do not care. They're on record for history, okay? Hopefully our country survives 300 more years, right? Hopefully it does. Hopefully in 300 years, someone can be on the floor of the Congress referring to this and playing clips. Now remember, okay, whether they had clips or not, but the first Johnson impeachment in the country, trial, guess what they couldn't do? They couldn't play video clips. They couldn't go back and clip out this, that, and the other thing and say, boom, right? Couldn't do it. Now, let's fast forward to Nixon. Even when Nixon and the impeachment hearing started, although he did resign, they could not go back and play the clips, okay? There was the, what did the president know and when did he know it? And who discussed there was hoochie girls at the party and that the Democrats had evidence and we needed to break in and take it? So you have aldermen and you have whatever, right? John Dean, all this, all right? So what did the president know? Who did he know it? They didn't have video clips to play. Didn't have it. They didn't even have good video clips to rush out in the hallway and find a camera. So if you go to the Capitol in Washington, D.C., these cameras are set up. And they got some gravitational pull. They got a magnet, all right? And, you know, your brain's not in your head. You know, most of these congressmen and women, their brain's in their damn pants. So they put these big magnets. That's what they... What's this? My first day. What is this? Those are your magnet pants. They're strong. You're going to get pulled right to some of these damn cameras, and here's what you're going to say. So some of these people wear magnets in their pants, and it pulls them right to some damn big magnet in front of a camera. Well, we didn't have that. We didn't have that during Nixon. They couldn't run out and find a camera to yell, right? Let's fast forward to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, we still at that time, now I could be wrong. I do remember vividly, is that the word? I don't know what word to use. But we did not have video. We did not introduce. This is a new one on America. This is a new one on history. This is a new one for the books. Video clip. Let me play Joe Biden's own words. Let me play Obama's own words. Let me play Adam Schiff's own words, right? Video clip. Interesting. So we all know here on this show, if you're here, we knew Adam Schiff was going to present X, which is nothing. We know Carter Page, the FISA abuse, and Jim Jordan, they've opened that up. We knew the president's legal team would open up the Bidens. Now you're going to hear in the next several days relevant and irrelevant. Witness for witness. We do need witnesses. We don't need witnesses. That's what you're going to keep hearing. Now, it should wrap up by Saturday. Right now, senators are sending in their questions for 16 hours. There may be question after question at Adam Schiff, which he will not answer, and maybe the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, will say, sir, the question, you need to answer the question. Maybe. We don't know. But as I've said, Democrats don't want witnesses because they don't want one for one. They don't want Devin Archer or Asher called. They don't want Chris Hines, John Kerry's stepson. They don't want Hunter Biden called. They don't want, I got to check messages because somebody may announce something and I got to know it. So I just got to check. So I'm keeping this, we're on watch here. Okay, I forgot to put this up. Jeff Langley, is that his name? District Attorney in Union County, Union, White, Towns, maybe Raven. Jeff Langley, okay? Intriguing possibility, need to give it some thought. So he may be a candidate, Jeff Langley, the DA. I'll get more on that. We have reporters working on this all day, okay? So they don't want witnesses. Candidate for the 9th Congressional District. They don't want witnesses, I don't think. They don't want to open the box. Now, you're going to hear relevant and irrelevant. Okay? They're going to tell you Hunter Biden is irrelevant. Let me tell you something. The whole case lays out over corruption. The whole case hinges, to me, on whether the president truly thought there was corruption to look closer. And the only way to do that is to have Hunter Biden come testify. If Hunter Biden comes and testify, and Joe comes and testify, and the whistleblower, if they come and testify, and they're all clean, They're all clean. Then Adam Schiff could stand up and say, I told you there was no reason for Trump to talk about an investigation because it would only help him in an election. They know that's not true. They know Hunter Biden is relevant. So you're going to hear about witnesses. But what I was getting back to, I have not had the time to watch the entire impeachment hearings. When I get time, I will not listen to the Democrats. Will not. But I recommend classrooms all across this country play in its entirety the Republicans laying out impeachment. I think you should hear Harvard professor Alan Dershowitz talk about it. I think you should hear Ken Starr, the dangers of impeachment. I think you should hear Pat Cipollone. I think you should hear all of these things Pam Bondi laid out for educational reasons, period. So if there's anything, I know what you're going to say, where's the positive? If there's any positive, there is procedural, and there are things to watch to learn for history. It's history whether you like it or not, and I enjoy that. So I plan to watch every bit of it with the exception of the Democrats opening 3 days, 24 hours. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I will be on the phones all day, working the phone, see who's running for what, doing what, and what happens. And I promise I'll be back in the morning to tell you about it. But until then, make sure you follow FYN TV, Fetch Your News, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the above. Take us out of here.